what is up? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm finally going to show you guys the workouts that helped me and that are currently helping me, that I did and that I still currently do, that helped me grow my legs and my booty. So I just want to start off by saying, guys, I have only been working out for 4 or 5 months, so in no way am I a professional, just as I mentioned in my last video. By the way, if you haven't watched that video on basically how I gained weight from being really skinny, I will link it down below. But I had a lot of people asking me to drop my workout routine on my legs in specific, because that is mostly where I train my legs most days, and basically where I focus all of my gain weight to. Anyway, guys, I don't want to ramble on for too long, but if you are just interested in watching the workout routine, I will leave a little timestamp here so you could just go ahead and fast forward to that. But I do want to mention a few things before we get started. Some tips that I would suggest, especially if you're starting off, some things that I learned is definitely don't start off too heavy. You don't want to be too uncomfortable, especially when you first start off, and especially if you don't know the form of something. If you don't know the form of something, I would suggest starting off without a weight and then adding a weight that you're comfortable in and adding 5 pounds each time until it's pretty heavy. Now, but I also don't want you guys to lift completely heavy, because like I told you guys so, and just collapse on the floor. That's not what I'm aiming on, like, to tell you guys. But definitely don't do something you're comfortable with, because essentially you're not doing anything for yourself anymore. But yeah, basically once you are comfortable enough for a certain weight, I would suggest adding 5 pounds each time so that it becomes challenging. Now, if you are going to lift heavy, I would suggest lowering your reps a little bit until you're comfortable with a certain amount of reps. But if you are lifting light, I would suggest doing more reps in your set so that it becomes a little more challenging. Essentially, you want to push yourself to your goal, so just keep it in your mind that, you know what, these are the goals that I want, and I know the pain hurts right now, and it's a good pain, but I gotta keep pushing because I'm not gonna let myself down. I also want to mention that all these workouts that I'm currently about to show were all filmed in 2 different days. These workouts I do not do at the exact same time, like in a day when I go work out my legs. I do not do all these workouts. These are just a combination of workouts that helped me and that I feel like are more effective. I also want to give a big shout out to my friend Matt, Alex, and Tyler that helped me record this video. They definitely tried to get the angles, and I appreciate you guys so much. If I were to have done it on my own, it would have not looked this good. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and stop rambling now, but as always, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure to support your girl in this journey. I really appreciate you guys sharing your story. Make sure to follow me on all my social media and share your story with me. The amount of messages that I've been getting from you guys and telling me what you guys go through is a connection beyond belief, and I am forever grateful for you guys. Make sure to like this video if you'd like to see more videos like this, as well as turn on those post notifications so you're notified anytime I post a new video. Comment down below some of your favorite leg or glute exercise that you did see in this video, that you didn't see in this video, that you want to try out. I have been thinking to try out. I don't know, let's start a conversation down below. This is all positive vibes, and we are here to support one another. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Let's get it.
I've been quiet for too long.
Okay, so right now I'm going to start by warming up and activating my glutes. So as you guys can see, I'm doing just a regular schmegular squat, but the band that I have around my thighs makes the world of a difference. I'll have them linked down below. They go from extra light to extra heavy, and right now I'm just using the extra heavy, but it's just such a regular workout, but it makes the world of a difference by having the band around your thighs. This workout, or this warm-up, I'm sorry, is always one that is super strange for me to do because I always feel like a chicken doing them, but it's actually really, really effective, especially with the band around your thighs. These are also workouts that I feel like you can do at home that are really effective. But anyway, so I'll put my chest up in the air, I'll put my butt up in the air, and I'll arch my back, obviously, and I'll just bend my legs just a tad to make it a lot more challenging when I step side to side, and I'll do this about 12 times. Okay, so right now, to kind of warm up, but also I'm already starting my workout, I'm going a little bit lighter and I end up going heavier. It's just the way I do things. But anyway, I'm doing the walking lunges. I'll try to step a little bit wider. That's just the way I'm comfortable with it. But I'll always try to have my front leg at a 90-degree angle. And when I step my feet in the middle, like when I meet in the middle, I'll always try to do a little bit of squeeze. And also, it just so happens to help a lot with my balance. The back leg. Make sure your knee is not touching the ground. There will be times where you like mess up. It's okay, just do it over. But you definitely don't want to have your knee step the ground every time. Just lightly hover. So again, I'm doing some squats, but the only difference from the warm-ups is that I'm doing them with weights. Anytime you do something with weight, you definitely want to challenge yourself. Don't do a heavy weight to where you collapse, but definitely don't do a weight that you're comfortable with. It's all about challenging yourself. Add 5 pounds each time once you're comfortable with a certain weight. But anyway, so I'll go down, I'm in control, and then I'll go up and I'll squeeze the glutes together. I know it's super unappealing, but it makes the world of a difference and it's so necessary. So this workout is actually my first time doing so in this video, but I actually really like them and I will definitely be incorporating them into my workout routines when I do legs. So I just thought I'd show you guys for an idea. But with this bar thing, I'll try to hold it up to my chest, and once I go up, I'm going to be squeezing and then I'm going to be holding it up directly over my head to where I'm like a straight line. This workout I absolutely hate to love. I hate doing them. Like, I absolutely dread it, but I love the way I feel afterwards. I feel like they're incredibly effective and I just love the way they make me feel afterwards. Anyway, this is obviously like lunge position. I have 2 weights. You can definitely go a little bit lighter. Don't even do any weight just to get the form, right, because it definitely requires a lot of balance and I am just not very good with that. So I'll do 10 on each side, 10 on each leg. Once I get up to the top, as always, I'll do a little bit of the squeeze with the glutes. I just feel like it is so important to do a little bit of the squeeze and then do a little bit of release, stretching, and then once you go up, that's where all the power goes. So obviously what you do to one side, you have to do to the other, so I've switched legs. My back foot is still on the bench, still in this position because I feel like it's a lot better for me to keep balance and more control that way. My front foot, I wish I would have had it like a hair higher just to really get that 90-degree angle on my front leg, but it happens. So this is another workout that I actually learned on the spot, but I really love the pull it gave me. So the only movement that's going to be going on here is on the lower half of your leg. So basically under your knee, your calf area. Your thigh is going to remain in the exact same position the entire time. And the only movement that's going to be going on is your calf, and it's going to be slow and controlled the entire time. When your leg is at a straight line, you're basically going to flex. So this specific workout I'm actually terrified to do every time I do them just because I did pull a muscle. One time I had a really heavy weight and I yanked them open and it just pulled it. So definitely remain slow and in control the entire time while opening and closing. And I would suggest leaning a little bit in, like forward, and keeping your back arch, and you just feel it a lot more. So these are my favorite leg curls to do. I love the ones where you lay down and basically curl your legs. To make it a lot more challenging, I would definitely suggest doing them one at a time. So I'm doing here my right leg first, and then I'm going to switch over to my left leg. And I did these a little bit lighter just because this isn't usually what I do. I just tend to do them both at the exact same time, but this did make it a lot more challenging and definitely something I'm going to incorporate in future leg workouts. But as you guys can see, I did one leg and then the next, and now I am doing both, and you can definitely just feel the difference. So I will tend to do 10 of these on one leg, 10 on the next, and then 10 with both. And when I do with both legs, I tend to go a little bit heavier than I do with one, obviously. Also, with the weight, you definitely don't want the weight that is moving up and down, as you guys can see in the picture, to touch the weights that are at the bottom. You want to remain in control the entire time when you go up and when you go down. So this is another workout that I love to hate. Usually when I love to hate a workout, it's because I have had pain by doing so, but it's all a learning experience. Basically, the best tip I can tell you is do not lock your knees in this. Remain a little bit of a bent the entire time, just because it does get your knees hurting when they just like lock. And anything and everything in legs you do not ever lock your knees, ever. So basically what I did to make it a little bit more challenging is I did one leg, then the other, then I did two, and as you guys can see, I'm getting a little bit tired, and here is my trainer just getting on my ass.
Come on. Come on.
Yep, there he goes. That's basically what I get all the time every time I work out with him, but it's a good motivation and it just keeps me going, you know? So this workout is one of my favorite to do. I look forward to it all the time when I do legs, but basically what I can tell you once again is do not lock your knees when you reach up at the top and when you have your legs straight. It's just going to mess them up, but remain slow and controlled the entire time. I bring my knees up to a little bit over my chest and I just push up from there. I know there's different ways you can position your feet that work different parts of the legs, but I just always prefer to do it like this. So this is a workout that I actually learned a few weeks ago that my friend Anna taught me, and I absolutely love them. I incorporate them, I want to say like 2 or 3 times a week when I do legs. So she calls this a superset. Well, it is a superset because these 3 workouts are going to be doing back to back to back non-stop. Right now, what I am doing, I am positioning my feet as if I'm going to do a squat. I have my chest up in the air. I have my back arched, butt in the air, and I am going to bend down at a certain degree to basically where I can feel a pull on the back of my hamstrings. And then once I go up, I go forward with my hips, and then I squeeze. So immediately after I'm done with that workout, I'll go switch over to squatting. I usually go heavier with the squatting, and that's just the way I like to do things. Also, I don't like to go too heavy on the other workout because I have learned that if I go too heavy, the weight might pull me, and I almost fell on my face once. Basically, I don't like to talk about it. It was definitely a learning experience, and I will never do it again. But regular schmegular squats, guys, always throw your hips forward and squeeze and be in control the entire time. So now I'm doing the squat pulses, and these will leave you hurting. But again, slow and control the entire time, and I will do 10 of each. So now we are doing deadlifts. To be honest, I didn't start deadlifting till like 2 months into working out my legs just because I was terrified of this machine, but I finally just recently gained the courage to do so, and I absolutely love it. Anyway, so I would definitely suggest starting off with the bar first to kind of get the form of it. You definitely want to have your feet spread out to where you're comfortable a little bit. I wouldn't have them out, but I wouldn't have them too close together. You guys can see my form here. I have my chest puffed out. I have my shoulders back arched, butt in the air, and I will remain in the exact same position and bend my legs as if I'm squatting, and I will not let the weight touch the ground. I mean, you can't, but I like to challenge myself more by not doing so. Just something that I completely forgot to mention when I was recording this. Definitely make sure the bar is brushing up against your leg the entire time when you bend down and when you go up. You don't want the bar to be hovering up a little bit forward or anything. You want it to be literally brushing against your leg the entire time. If you have to rewatch this and make sure like the bar is brushing up against my leg so you can kind of get an idea of how to do it, make sure to rewatch it, but I just wanted to mention that because it is really important. So now I'm squatting on the Smith machine. I usually like to do them a lot more on the Smith machine rather than the machine that I used prior to this clip, just because I feel like I am more in control than I like to do these because I don't have to depend on someone to spot me all the time like you would on that loose bar earlier. But anyway, same position as if you are squatting. Back is arched, shoulders are back, bar is on your back. I definitely like to have the bar a little bit over my clavicle just because if I place it like a little bit on my neck, it definitely hurts. So I have learned that this is just a preference thing. You could do either or, whatever is more comfortable for you, but I just prefer it that way. So just as every other girl in the world, I love doing hip thrusts. We don't just love it for no reason. These are more effective with helping the booty grow. Anyway, so you want to remain slow and control the entire time. I would definitely suggest using the pad, by the way, because the bar does hurt a lot since all the movement is going to be on your hips, aka hip thrust. Everything else is going to remain in place. By challenging yourself more, I would definitely suggest having your toes up and having all the weight and the control onto your heels. I will have my chin tucked in, looking forward the entire time, and again, all the movement is going to be on your hips.
Anyway guys, that is it for today's video. Make sure to give me a thumbs up as well. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Turn on those post notifications so you're notified anytime I post a new video. And comment down below something that you wanted to add on or something that you wanted or that you think that I should improve on or something that you you just want to put out there in the public. As I mentioned before, we are all here to support one another. In a positive way, of course. With everything else, guys, make sure not to overwork yourself. I do train my legs 3 or 4 times a week, just depending how my week goes. It's usually Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and or Sundays if I'm feeling it or not, or if I didn't do a Friday, or if I just want to add another day because I am an overachiever. But with everything else, you do not want to overwork yourself. You definitely need your days to rest altogether, so make sure to listen to your body and just listen to what it's telling you, and if you need to rest, please do so, as well as stretch every time before your workout, just because I have just had experiences where I pulled something because I didn't stretch, or because I went too hard and just yanked really hard and I was just not listening to my body. I was really stubborn and I just kept going at it. Anyway guys, I really hope that I am not missing anything in this video. If so, I will go ahead and put a comment down below or add a little text, but I just wanted to quickly remind you guys that you are more, and we are all more than just a number on a scale. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. I'm dead.